Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I want to dive into client retention. What would actually skyrocket your retention and your loyalty within the first 30 days of you actually getting a new client? See, it's an easy thing to forget because so many people out there talk about new. Get these leads, get these clients, make sales, ring the bell, all of that quite often we forget the actual hard work begins once you make a sale. It's not making the sale part. It's the once you make a sale and you keep them for hopefully years. And it's why I've always sort of gone, I don't like the word convert. Because when you think about convert, you're really sales focused. And there's nothing wrong with being sales focused. You've got to make sales. That's the currency of your business for you to be able to serve more people. However, I much prefer the word enroll because you should be able to enroll clients for life. That should be the whole game plan. Now, that doesn't mean that they pay you for life, but they can definitely still talk about you. They can definitely still promote you. They can still create new business opportunities, even if they're still not a paying client. It's just a change in thinking to how you go, well, I'm converting somebody to I am enrolling a client for life. So let's dive all into that. And let me just give you a simple little strategy at the very start when you get a new client that will absolutely change the way that you do things. Hey, before I get into any of that, if you love the episode, can you hit subscribe, leave a review on your favorite podcast platform, and just share it to one other person? It helps grow the show. It helps us be able to educate more service professionals. And in essence, it allows us to contribute to you being able to create these ripple effects throughout society. Nothing makes me more excited than being able to do those sorts of things. So client retention, when I think about it, there's so many things. Don't ever lose another customer. How to be able to get customers to refer more to you. But it really starts with this way of thinking. See, most people, when they think about getting a customer, they think about the logical process driven. See, client retention, just like client referrals, just like client loyalty, is a limbic brain operation. It's a feeling based. It has nothing to do with logic. It has nothing to do with the analytical, rational thinking that goes on. It is completely controlled in the limbic part of the brain. So therefore, the way you make someone feel when they first become a client actually determines your client retention and your client loyalty. And that should be done in the first 30 days. Sure, it needs to be done ongoing, but the first 30 days really matters. And part of our limbic advantage model, where we limbic someone's business from top to bottom, when we activate extraordinary moments throughout a business, moments that create that overwhelming trust, that profound loyalty, those deep emotional bonds, we have this 30-day maximizer. Because it's part of how do you masterfully enroll clients into your business. Not how do you convert them, not how do you just do the process things, but how do you masterfully enroll over the first 30 days. So in the first 30-day maximizer, there's two things people focus on. There's the process-driven side, right? That's where you've got to do certain things. Paperwork comes in, maybe you send out certain forms, maybe this happens and that happens. Like you're really clear over the first 30 days, the logical process elements of what takes place, right? And that's great. And that's what most people think about. And that's what most people go, yeah, but we do a really good job of customer service. Well, you're just doing the things that you should be doing so that in the end, they feel they're getting the value for what they're paying for. It's nothing extraordinary, right? Honestly, it's what you should be doing. If we want to take this to extraordinary, then what we actually need to do is not only focus on the process side, but focus on the emotional feeling side too. See, there's two completely different sides. The process, logical, this happens in the first 30 days on these particular dates. And most people forget over the other side, the emotional feelings based. What could you be doing that causes emotions in them? What can you be doing that stirs up the way they feel about you? And people talk about, oh, we could send gifts. Yeah, we could send gifts. Or we could send this sort of message. 100% we could. But what we actually really need to do is we need to map out the first 30 days and we need to put in place these emotional feeling occurrences. To the client, it will look like a surprise. To the client, they won't be expecting anything out of the ordinary. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. It's moments like that that your clients remember. Not only do they remember, what ends up happening is they end up actually going, this is the best decision I've ever made. And that's what, obviously, you want a new client that you've just enrolled to be able to do. Now, there's other accelerators in the client journey pathway and deliberate feels and our systems revamp that takes from day 31 onwards. But when you think about the first 30 days that a client comes to you, think about how they're thinking. Have I made the right decision? Maybe a bit of buyer's remorse. I'm excited to get going, but at the same time, I've got a whole bunch of overwhelm, stress, anxiety. Will this work out for me? Like, that's everything that's going through their heads. So what you need to make sure that you do is not only walk them through to reduce all of that, but you need to put in the emotional feelings, the emotional factors that actually gets them going, this is the best decision that I've ever made. So what you can simply do, draw out your first 30 days. What does it look like? You've probably got a lot of process, logical, all the things that just need to happen. And that's great because obviously you need those. And my challenge to you is, where can you drop some emotional feeling occurrences that gets them just going, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. That's your challenge. But as we sort of limbic a whole business from top to bottom, it's about extraordinary moments through the way we deepen connection, through the way we chemicalize our communication, our emails, our phones, our voice messages, the way every piece of communication can be done in a way that gets somebody hooked on you, bonded to you, loyal to you. So many people just think this is it's pure luck. There's nothing luck about hardwiring that we have as humans. It's neuroscience. It's the way our brains actually work and the brain chemicals stir up inside of us. So if you want to activate extraordinary moments, if you want clients to stay with you longer, to talk about you more, to be more loyal to you than ever before, then you can actually influence their behavior. That's what the Olympic advantage is all about. But all I want you to do right here is just simply go for the first 30 days. Think about all the process, logical driven things that you've got, and now put in some emotional occurrences that make them want to stick with you longer, that make them excited that they're your client, that makes them want to be loyal to you, because you can control that by the things that you do. Now, if you need some suggestions, need some ideas, reach out. Happy to brainstorm some different thoughts in terms of where your business is and how you can get people doing those things with you. Okay, that's it from me, guys. Take care. I'll see you next week. See you later all.